Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the endgame in Lost Ark, and for those who don't know, I have been a Mythic Raider in World of Warcraft for quite a long time. I have multiple cutting edge titles dating all the way back to Wrath of the Lich King, and that just gives you some perspective on my history with MMOs. So right now I am near the end of Tier 2 and have put about 100 hours into the game and have done most of the endgame content, which includes like Chaos Dungeons, the Cube, Guardian Raids, and Abyssal Dungeons. So far I have had an absolute blast doing all these activities. The Guardian Raids are all like unique bosses and I enjoy going in and learning each one. The Abyssal Dungeons are much more challenging bosses that often contained like raid one-shot mechanics, which requires a little bit of organization. I did the 8-man ones yesterday and had a ton of fun. And then after doing this, it's nice to go into Chaos Dungeons and just completely turn your brain off while you just focus on killing everything around you. The PvE content is why I play MMOs, and this game has a lot of PvE content. That's really fun. The Legion raids are the hottest content in the game, and I have not done those or experienced those at all, but I am very much looking forward to doing them. I'm not sure if they are out yet on their Western release or not, and I'm guessing you're going to need either a guild or an organized like set group that you play with consistently to achieve the kills on those raids. So far, the gearing in this game is well done and thought out as well. Instead of relying like an RNG for gear drops, you get to upgrade your gear through materials you get from doing the endgame activities. There are also set pieces and bonuses which you can craft from doing the Abyssal Dungeons. Finishing 2 or 3 Abyssal Dungeons rewards you with enough materials to craft a full set, which is really rewarding to the player. It feels good to be rewarded consistently, and is very different from WoW, where you have to rely on RNG from like boss drops or the weekly vault, which just doesn't feel good. Character power in MMOs is extremely tied to gear, and it does not feel good to play WoW and not getting anything from the weekly vault after doing like your 10 Mythic Plus dungeons, 9 raid bosses, and PvP. I did not feel rewarded doing this, and when someone in the same class in your guild gets a major upgrade from the vault, it just puts you behind in terms of your power and makes you less competitive. For example, I got the Mythic plus 15 bow on week 2 of tier 1, and it was crazy. I was way ahead of the hunter's damage. Every other hunter, I was just outdoing damage by 10%. Obviously some of that is skill, but a lot of that is also just because the bow is busted. And then that happened against me in tier 2. Someone who did Mythic Plus a lot more than I did in tier 2 got like best in slot bow, and it just didn't feel good at that point. So RNG, in my opinion, belongs in action RPGs like Diablo 3, Path of Exile. It does not belong in MMOs. Having said that, there is some RNG involved with Lost Ark and the honing system, especially later on in tier 3, where you have like only like a 3% chance to upgrade your gear on the higher tiers. There are some pay to win aspects with this, but I have already covered that topic in a different video where you can watch if you're interested in my opinion on that. The systems in the game are complicated at first, but once you experience them more and more, they become easier to understand. When I first hit level 50, I was overwhelmed by the amount of systems in the game. There's like rapport, gems, engravings, islands, world bosses, tripods, and all different kinds of currencies that are involved with these things. After watching some guides though, I quickly learned about them, and I feel like I understand most of these systems now. And then as far as PvP, I've only played a little bit of PvP in this game, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. I have never really enjoyed PvP in MMOs. The one exception is regular and rated battlegrounds and WoW. Those have always been pretty fun and pretty casual too, at least the regular ones. I usually enjoy PvP games that are specifically designed and balanced around PvP, such as like MOBAs like League of Legends or FPS games and that sort of thing. The one thing that I'm not looking forward to in terms of Lost Ark Endgame and progression is the rapport and island systems. They give you a lot of the skill points, which like gives your character a lot more power, right? When you have like 10 skill points on one ability, it just feels a lot better and does a lot more damage and stuff. And I personally don't like that collectibles and rapport are tied to character power. I believe that they should be separate entities. Like Makoko seeds are collectibles that reward you with cool toys, cosmetics, and mounts, and this is how I think like collectibles and those currencies should be. I don't think they should reward you with PvE progression or character progression, power progression, that sort of thing. But that's kind of the only negative thing I have to say, and that's just my opinion. Overall, I'm still having a blast playing Lost Ark, and I'm pretty passionate about the game. I just look forward to playing and logging as much as I can, even since like a month ago. I've not tried any other characters yet. I've only really played the Gunlancer, and the replayability in this game is huge with the amount of different characters and specializations there are with engravings, right? Because with Gunlancer, there's Lone Knight, and then there's Combat Readiness, and I haven't really played Lone Knight yet. So just having those 2 specs is really nice. I plan to make an alt pretty soon, but I really just want to max out my main first. I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am. Let me know in the comments some of the things you like and dislike about the end game or the systems. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Support guy is killing it. Everyone killed it, man. Everyone, like, the learning curve there, everyone was on the same page pretty much the whole time. Once we all saw it, no Berserker. That's why we did so well. You think a Berserker would have sat still on that boss to absorb mechanics? Why do you think I didn't bring in a Berserker, dude?
Wave grows stronger.